Hello, how you doing?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's really nice to see you again, Elizabeth.
Nice to see you.
All right, so I just want to let you know we're videotaping this for school. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Okay, great, great. Okay, so the last time I saw you, we had, this is our third or fourth session now, and we basically had addressed that, you know, we're taking a cognitive behavioral type of stance on this. What we're looking at the problems from the fact that, you know, problems happen in our life, and then the way we think about those problems, our core, which are transferred from our core beliefs, has to do with how we respond and how we act in situations. And, you know, so in some situations we act well, we respond well to them, and in other ones we don't respond so well. You know, it's pretty much, you know, a universal thing. We all do that. But what we were looking at in particular, I remember that you told me that your issue basically was that, you know, you're going to a public school and you're not, you know, you're just not sure whether or not you're getting the kind of education there that you would get going to, or I'm sorry, you're going to a private school, my bad, sorry, and you're not sure if you're getting the education you would get going to a public school.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, you know, let's try to expand on that a little bit. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I don't know. I guess you could say that I'm not necessarily talking about getting you know, more education at public school than private school. I would say that I'm talking more about getting like more, like a better, like a, I don't know how to explain it, like a better education atmosphere, you know, like,
yeah.
Because pretty much what my issue is, I don't know if we want to talk about that yet, but
talk about your issue, yeah, you bet.
Is I just don't think I'm getting the kind of help I need in private school as I could in public school.
Okay. Yeah, you were telling me last time, I remember that you know, your teacher doesn't always respond to you the way that you want.
Mm-hmm. There's
sometimes that you work from pace to pace to pace on different subjects, and you work, you know, maybe you're on algebra or something like that, and you get stuck, and, you know, so you need some attention, and there's one teacher and split between 24 kids, something like that, and you know, you could have your thing up and your little flag up saying I need attention, and it could be an hour or something sometimes before you get attention. So. And then we talked about, well, could you know, set aside algebra, put it over here, and work on history or something else like that. How has that been working for you?
I mean, yeah, doing that, it does solve not having as much homework per se, but like we have a goal chart or whatever, it tells us how many pieces we get done, how many we need to get done before graduation.
Okay.
And we're supposed to do 3 paces of each subject per semester. Okay. And I've only done, I think, 5 in 3 semesters, and I should have done like 9.
Okay, so you're almost half. Yeah, you're almost
by like a semester, and so, like with that, I get done what I'm supposed to get done, but I'm still behind the math. You know.
Okay. I definitely see what you're saying there. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. What have you done to draw attention to that?
I mean, I've been, when I can, I'll try to, you know, after school, you know, be like, oh, Mr. Newcomb, I need help with this, you know, as much time as I have in between after school and my parents picking me up, which is, it's not a lot of time. But I mean, I have learned to work more independently by myself, you know, not, you know, trying my best to figure it out, you know. I mean, I still have problems with that, but I guess I've been trying to do it, you know, instead of just seeing it and being like, oh, I don't even want to have to try this, I'm just going to wait for him to help me, you know, to be more like, okay, let me at least, you know, look at this for like 5-10 minutes, just really dig into it and try to find it out instead of, you know, just pulling it away because it looks too hard.
Yeah. So what I hear you saying is you have took the initiation. You have tried to apply a couple different strategies. You've tried to not just focus on one thing, set it aside, over here and then work on something else instead. You have tried to take more initiative. And those sound like some good strategies. They sound like they're, you know, bringing just a little bit of relief, not really at the level you want. It almost sounds though, from what you're telling me, that you almost feel as though that the way it is right now, cannot be changed at all. Do you feel that way?
You mean like I can't make more progress to getting my math done, or?
Well, you're saying now that if you put up your flag, you know, it could take you an hour to you know, get your teacher's attention, and that's really putting you behind. You're almost, you know, you need 9 every semester, or was it a couple?
3 every semester, but
3
I'm
every
in
semester,
my 3rd semester, so I should have.
Third.
Well, actually,
and
my
only
4th
5.
one now, the beginning of it. So
Okay.
I should have 9 because I'm finished with 3 semesters.
Gotcha. And you're only at 5, so you really need to kick
Yeah.
it up a bit. Okay. Well, what I'm wondering is since you're you're behind in those, and you're noticing that you're, you know, it's almost like being 50% behind, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, not even to mention, I took like a test before spring break, which was like 2 weeks ago, I don't even know, and I failed my math test too.
Oh, okay.
So I had it
Okay.
done. So now I have to like redo all my checkups and stuff,
Gotcha.
which I just redid my my final checkup. So I have to do my self-test and my test. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I'm getting it done, and he's helping me when he can. But then now I get to my test, I do my test, and then I fail it, like, you know.
Okay. Okay.
And I mean, I don't really know why I failed my test, because I got everything, but it's just like algebra is one of the things. If you mess up on one thing, you get the whole other problem wrong.
Sure, and you
Yeah.
sound like you're hard workers. So I mean, you know, we all get setbacks, so that's all right, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what I'm thinking is that, tell me what you think about this. Have you ever approached your teacher and said, hey, let's sit down and talk about this, because what we're doing right now is not working?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And where has that gotten you so far?
I don't know. My teacher is kind of like a space cadet. Like, I don't know, he just kind of spaces out a lot. You know, he has a lot on his plate, so it's not like, you know,
Not on
it's nothing
purpose.
personal.
Okay.
It's just, you know,
No.
a lot on his plate. So when he does it, you know, it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, and then the next day, like, shoo, spaces out. Doesn't really any improvement, but it's not a lack of him caring or a lack of, you know, I think personally, I think it's just.
Okay, so what would be the next step after that then? Because there's always, you know, there's always steps. That's the thing that we need to remember, is there's always steps in life that we can take to bring it up to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be the next step after that? Because it almost sounds like you think that that's all there is. And usually, and then sometimes that can be all there is, and we have to look in another direction.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like in this particular situation that that's not all it is. Do you think it can go any higher than that?
I don't know. I don't know what else to do, I guess. I don't know.
Well, what have you said? Have you sat down and said, hey, you know, had brought your parents involved in this, and had everybody sit down with this teacher and try to troubleshoot this? Because I mean, I clearly see what you're saying. I mean, if there's an expectation for 3 paces per semester, and you're only at 5, and you're trying to work hard, and this is not a result of you, and I believe you in that. You know, there's something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously the teacher is not, you brought this to him yourself, so I think it would be the next level would be your parents maybe. Then the next level after that would be bringing the principal in on it. I think that that could be an issue that, you know, you could do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what would it look like to do that?
Just talk to my parents, tell them, you know, how I'm feeling about it, how I have went to them before and hasn't really solved anything, and how I kind of just need their help, you know, to get it resolved.
And what do you think about that idea? Because it almost seems like it almost seems like you feel like you're blocked at this point. You feel like, you know, you've done it all, nothing's going to change, so I just need to switch schools at this point. I mean, that's kind of seems like where you're at, and I don't know, you know. I'm just saying, is that the only option there is, or is there option? could we bring this far? Do you think that that could get you anywhere doing that?
So yeah, I guess, I think it could, if it's more aware and he's more prone to be like, okay, her flag's up. I know that what she needs help with is gonna be more important than, what, more necessarily than the other kids.
Maybe even after school. Yeah, maybe
or,
it doesn't,
Not saying that I'm more important than the other kids, but, some of the, the other kids in the classroom might not have, it might just be like a little question or something like that, so he'd be more prone to answer my flag first. And then,
what, maybe a math tutor?
So, maybe.
Yeah, there's all these different areas we haven't explored. It's possible maybe a math tutor once or twice a week even.
But it's still hard though to find time in the week to just have that, because I have a lot of extra stuff I do.
Well, yeah, but it's amazing how much time we have in our weeks when we really start looking at what time we take to do this and this and this and this. But are you willing to make the time to do that? Because if you need extra done and there's only so much time in the day to do stuff, it might take something after school or before school or something like that. Would that be something that you'd be willing to look at? Because if it's not, I don't know if it makes sense to go that direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and let you go ahead and do that. You set that up and see what kind of results you get from that. Because I'm thinking that maybe the results might be good.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be a fix for this and might help you think differently about this. If you were improving on your math scores and that was starting to get better, maybe you might start feeling better about the school situation.
Yeah.
Because obviously we in a couple of our last sessions we said that there's positive and negative things to everything, yeah. And we talked about how there's positive things to school, there's negative things to school, and to private school. There's you probably get a little bit more attention when you're at private school. At public school you probably get a little less attention, although it's a little more visual. And we all learn in different ways. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the whole attention thing, but I see where you're coming from.
Well, yeah, you don't have to.
But yeah, I see where you're coming from, and I think that's a good idea to tell parents and then get a math tutor and I will try all those things.
Well, why don't we set a definite plan? And I think the definite plan, from what I'm getting here, would be for you to set up a meeting with your parents and your teacher to figure out what it takes to make this work, because it ain't working right now.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to commit to that?
Yeah.
Awesome, great. Well, I'll have you do that then. It was nice talking to you today. I'll have you do that, and then next time when you come in to see me, we'll talk about how that went and if you're feeling a little bit better about that situation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Great.
All right.
Have a
Thanks
nice
for
day.
coming in.